G'day everybody and welcome to another edition of the Local Footy Podcast where we celebrate and love local footy across the nation of Australia. Everyone's doing the AFL stuff. Anyone can do that. But the heart and soul, the heartbeat of Australian rules footy is local footy, and that's what we do here on the Local. This is powered by Premier Data, who are absolutely cock-a-hoop at the moment at the start of the 2026 local footy season. They've got their boffins getting ready to press as many buttons as they can to get all the data out across the nation. So well done to them and good luck for the big 2026 season. My name's Daniel Harf and we talk about all that's happening in local footy. And today we're going to celebrate one of the great clubs of the Essendon District Footy League, the Strathmore Footy Club, and we bring in the skipper. We don't just go to the bottom of the barrel. We go to the skipper. Daniel Mighell joins us on the Local today. Welcome, Dan.
Beauty. Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Big footy club, your footy club, the Strathmore Footy Club. How long have you been a part of this mighty beast?
I've been there since I was 14. So
what are you now?
30, almost 32. So
almost
yeah, getting long in the tooth.
You're supposed to go the other way, just off 30. You say.
Yeah, not sure how much longer I've got left in the caper, mate. But it's obviously super strong football club that I've been lucky enough to be there, and gone from a boy to a man. So really feel privileged to be a part of the club for so long.
So there's heaps to discuss with you today, but I'm interested in why you keep playing. Why are you playing at nearly 32? Life's busy. You got a job outside of life.
Yes.
What are you getting out of this?
Oh, look, it's probably too. It's multifaceted. I think the memories and I've been there for so long of some of the strong connections. As you know, football breeds a lot of relationships.
Yep.
And the memories, I guess you do care. Yeah, I guess maybe when pre-season rolls around, you start thinking, I don't know why I'm going again. But I think game day and Good Friday is a good example. That competition side of things I've always loved, going against the best sides, and more the relationships, lifelong relationships that have come from footy and been fostered within our football club, and memories that I'll take with me for a lifetime. So that probably keeps you coming back for as long as it has. I'm not sure how much longer I've got, but definitely the relationships and the memories are huge. Yeah,
absolutely. And so you said you started there at 14. Was it always part of your plan to be a senior footballer at Strathmore, or did you have grander ambitions, or did you sort of just want to be a Strathmore player?
To be honest, mate, when I was a junior, I wasn't that crash hot, and I'm probably still not that crash hot now. So I don't know. Yeah, it was never really part of it. Just kind of went with the flow early, and then spoke about it before, but played a little bit of reserves footy in my early teenage years, and then Narnie Grimer came across and was the senior coach for us, and probably gave me a kick up the backside, and really started my senior footy career. It was huge for me, and it's kind of just grown from there. Been lucky enough to obviously lead the side now for a few years, which I'm proud of, and proud of the group that we've got underneath me, mate.
Yeah, good on you. Well, it's great. And now, as you say, you're a leader. You've led the club for a couple of years. You go from being that 14-year-old kid who was just watching the seniors on the Saturday often at Strathmore, and now you're the leader of the crew. It's a pretty nice transition.
It is, mate. It's something we speak about a lot at the footy club. You probably forget as you get older how much you do idolise the senior players. You kind of lose sight of that as you get a little bit older and life takes over. But I guess the role we can play for the junior footballs, and you forget you do. You go down to Strathmore and looked up to Adam Winters and all those sort of players, Jordan Doorings. They used to play there at Strathmore, and used to idolise them. And you probably forget that you're in that position now and can play a pretty pivotal role for the juniors coming through the ranks.
It's a good point. I remember watching in the Ammos. We used to watch the old Paradians back when I was a boy. Well, I watched Collingwood one week, watched the Paradians the next week, and Frankie Gleeson was my hero.
Yeah,
he's a little nuggety inside mid with the beard and the long sleeves, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget watching Frankie Gleeson play.
Exactly right. Yeah, you idolise him, and then it's funny our current coach Matty Horn, his brother Andrew Horn was a really good VFL player, and used to look up to him. And I said to Matty, look up to him when you're younger, and then you probably grow up and then start having a few beers, and even realise you maybe shouldn't have looked up to him. But it's huge, mate. So definitely something that's not lost on the senior group now for sure.
Yeah, good. And it's been a pretty successful senior group too. You've led a pretty good couple of campaigns. Premiers last year, of course, against the mighty Keeler, have been a mega powerhouse in that competition as well. How satisfying is it to get one over them in the last year?
Yeah, huge. We've got a lot of respect for Keeler and obviously Mick Maguire. Their program's elite. We've got just a lot of, I guess, respect for how they do it as well. They're very similar to us in terms of really strong junior program.
Yep. Develop
their juniors. They don't go out, spending max points and those sort of things. To get one over him, obviously I missed it, but it was huge for our footy club. They've been the benchmark of the competition. I think potentially local footy in Victoria for a long time. To get one over them, it was huge, I think, for our football club. So something we richly deserved.
How strong is the competition? I mean, you look at that, your league in particular, your division. You got you guys, you got Keilor, Aberfeldy have won flags in recent years. It's like pretty hot competition. How strong is it between the clubs?
Yeah, it's hard. It's the best part about playing in the EDFL thing. Like we spoke about it just prior to jumping on, like the wealth of talent, like ex-AFL players everywhere, within our club and obviously the other clubs. A lot of VFL talent that could easily be still playing permanent VFL footy, and then the junior talent's like out of control. So, yeah, playing in the EDFL that you're going to get, a serious competition. It's a good standard of footy, and I think that's why we get some good numbers there. But it's something that as you get a bit older, maybe you start to feel a little bit slower. But take a lot of pride in our group achieving what we have in such a good competition. In
the last 15 years, pretty successful as well. 5 flags since 2011.
Yeah,
including last year's one, obviously. So it's been a pretty successful period for the footy club. I'm interested, did the change in the dynamic of local footy with the salary cap and the points cap coming in, how's that changed since you first started? Just what the competition is, what the clubs are from when you first started to now?
I think for us it's probably benefited is because we do have such a good junior program, and we've always been really serious on making sure we don't go out and do heavy recruiting. We take pride in the culture that we've fostered at Strathmore and what we've been able to build, and I think that's represented in like the fact that not many people leave. We get ex-AFL people coming, Trent Jamon and Sammy Hayes, and speaking of them, those boys just love their time, and player retention and junior development is huge in this point system. So for us, it's probably been a benefit to us, but I think it's good for competition and good for footy. You don't want people going out and buying flags and bringing a heap of people across in. So I think it's good for the competition.
Now, I don't want to bring up too much about last year for you in the premiership because it didn't quite go to plan. Did it tell us more?
Ideal. Yeah, look, just got a little calf tear, which I think a couple of weeks before finals, which was about 15 centimetres, which I kind of...
That's not a little calf tear.
Yeah.
That's a big calf tear,
15 centimetres. Well, look, it was probably, stretched up into the Achilles and... I don't know. It seemed to grow. I didn't feel too bad at the time, and then kind of walked off. And then, I remember about a week later, I got an ultrasound because I just couldn't walk yet, and that said 5 centimetre tear, and the physio said, "Look, you're probably done for the year." And then the week after that, got a proper MRI, and they said it's actually 15 centimetres. So, look, I did try to make a push and try to put my hand up for the grand final about 4 or 5 weeks after I'd done it. But I was dust a long way out, unfortunately.
So how did that sit with you, coping as the captain of the team, captain of the club, and not being able to be out there?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I don't think it's any secret. I spoke to you before. Brock Eggleston, who was our vice captain, missed, and he did his list, Frank, just in the prelim, which was tough as well. So, unfortunately for Brock, it's probably nice for me to have him in the trenches with me. But super tough. Obviously, being a premiership captain is something I've always wanted to do, and knew that we were on track there last year, and then to have it kind of taken away from you due to injury. Yeah, it was tough, but also we had I think 10 or 11 people that hadn't won a flag at Strathmore that year. Yep. So super happy. And you wipe it off and get back to the club and have a couple of beers and forget about it, mate. So it was good.
So hang on, you've lost your captain and your vice captain, you still win the flag.
Yeah, well,
it's pretty good effort.
Yeah, we went all right, mate. To be fair to Keil, they had a lot of injuries as well. It was a pretty injury-ravaged final series, and we kind of knew that. But yeah, obviously super proud of the boys to still get the job done. Keilor had, like I said, no shortage of injuries to key players as well. Yeah. But yeah, it was something that, a bittersweet moment, I guess, when you're super happy for your people around you, but also, kind of definitely envious and jealous of, the memories, because you're not a part of it, unfortunately. So I'll always say people can come back and the club can try and give you a medal, mate, but unfortunately, you're not. It's as simple as that.
I'm with you on that too. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that it's the club and the group, and from a coaching perspective, it is because you need your squad, right? Yeah, it's not just 22 players that win the premiership; it's everyone that plays and the whole squad. But on the day, if you're not there, you're not a part of it.
No, you're not. No, I completely concur, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't have the medal and you're not part of the 22, it's cutthroat, but it is how it is.
It's dog eat dog. That's what it is. So who lifted the cup? Who was the bloke that got the chance to lift the cup?
Oh, look, Mitch Purcell. He won game as captain and premiership captain. So
brilliant.
It's an indictment on the football club. Nah, he's a serious player, Mitch, and he waltzed off into retirement and took his.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So that was nice. So I probably could have done the same if I was in his position. But one game as captain. Brocky was captain throughout the most of the year, and I had a lot of injuries. So Mitch Purcell, Perker, number 8, just walked up there as a premiership premiership captain is entrenched in history at Strathmore.
Had his Stephen Bradbury moment.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. Well said. Like I said, it's a bit of a joke, but look, I was happy for him, mate. He was a super leader as well, but obviously, yeah, there was part of me, and I'm sure Brocky too, that was envious of that moment for sure.
Tell me the crowd every weekend at home grounds at Strathmore. What's the crowd like? What's the vibe like?
Yeah, it's good. Good on our side of the fence. Probably when you go to the opposition wing, you probably
don't worry about them.
Yeah, we're super grateful for our crowd. We're obviously being a super strong club. I think I've missed finals once, and that was like a shock to the system. For Strathmore people, we're super grateful for just a wealth of volunteers that put in a huge amount of time to the football club. I think you take it for granted when you're young. You don't really get to absorb it and see what goes on and goes into the makings of a football club. But from the president down to the people in the canteen, Diesel and co, those guys put in so much work to make the club what it is and the powerhouse that it's been. So our supporters are huge out at
big crowds.
Pretty good crowds, yeah. Especially, obviously winter can get a little bit bleak, but pretty good crowds, mate. And they're loyal. Like they're just a lot of really good people, out on our wing and out at Sydney again over there. We generally get a pretty good turnout, mate. So well represented, and it's not something that as players we lose sight of as well, because it's nice to run out there in front of a few people for sure.
Now I'm listening to that. You singled out one person. Diesel,
yes.
I want to know more about Diesel.
Oh, she's a trooper. She's an absolute champion, mate. Diesel and co, Brady and that, and Dan and Rick behind the bar and the kitchen. They make all our meals. They're the heartbeat of the footy club, mate. They're super just genuine people that do so much for the football club. They live for the Thursday night dinners when we can come and chew their ear off, and they're there for the functions. And when, guys are in states they might not, necessarily should be. And, they're there with us. So, they're the sort of people that make local football clubs, as you know, the wealth of work and the huge amount of stuff they do behind the scenes. It doesn't necessarily get recognised. We were lucky as a playing group to gift those guys that $1,000 voucher to go travelling at the end of the year from our fines money. Which,
awesome.
To see their reaction to that almost brought them to tears. So just a little moment that probably reflected, a good part of our football club and local footy in general.
That's awesome. Well done to all the crew there at Strathmore. That's a lovely thing to do. And Diesel, we're loving your work. Hey, take me into Thursday night then. I love that stuff. So Thursday night, you got meals after training, come in, team selection. Meals with, I imagine, a few squads floating around, a few teams floating around. Take me to Thursday night at Strathmore.
Yeah, Thursday nights they're good fun. We've got one of our players, Andrew Gallucci, used to spend a bit of time on Carlton's list. He's pretty washed, unfortunately now, but he likes to do tradition of he would read out the fines and
so what are we getting fined for?
Oh, geez, and how much can you say? Look. To be honest, I'm a big advocate for just fine for anything and raise money for the club. Gooch, he does a little presentation, do a little PowerPoint presentation. If you get some content sent in, that can usually get shown up on the plasma screen there. Fantastic. So that's a good part of Thursday night. And that's the stuff that we spoke about. What can't get you coming back? I don't know. They're the sort of memories that
absolutely, mate,
you take for granted, and then you're a long time retired. And you probably miss it when you're gone, mate. So it's a little insight into the Thursday nights at Strathmore.
Fantastic. Good stuff. And do we go from the back line? Do we name the team from the back line, old school style?
Yeah, I think old school style, back pocket. So I'm usually second cab off the rank.
So you're full back. I didn't get to that before. You play full back.
Fullback, mate. Don't do too much kicking. Not allowed to take the kick outs. Just
not allowed to take the kick outs.
Not allowed to take. I'll try to get the. We've got the fence put into Strathmore now, so we can try and get some quick ones, especially with Premier Data coming in. I need to boost the numbers up, mate. There's a lot of spoiling and not too much else going on. So, full back and just try and lock down. There's not too much my role. It's not too complicated.
Let's talk about Premier Data, influence on that business, on local footy, and particularly your club at Strathmore. Because we had a chat the other day about Liam Kavanagh, one of your boys who had a serious day out on the weekend in the grand final rematch. By the way, Kill or kicked 8-21, did they, on the weekend?
They could have put us to the sword, I think, in that third quarter. 1 goal 8 down the back line. I was getting a bit of whiplash. Seeing the ball coming over the head. Luckily through the points, not the goals, but Leo stood up pretty big, the big polar bear. He was good. He's exceptional.
Big Liam Kavanagh, good afternoon to you. And the Premier Data impact, how quick are the boys on to see how they went on the weekend with the numbers?
Oh, God. Look, I think there's a few boys refreshing on their homepage, but we've got, I don't know if it's had a good effect or a bad effect on local footy. Because I've even found myself, calling for handball receipts, which I definitely have no right to be doing. So I think, you could probably make a case to say it's been good and bad. I think definitely late in games, the backline boys, we like to wax it a little bit and try and look after each other.
Yeah, nice.
If the ball goes out on the full, there's a few running, probably clocking their top speed to get there and take the kick. So, it's a good insight. And it's obviously powerful for teams now. We used it a lot in our finals campaign last year, so it's seriously good data.
Yep.
And for our level of competition, when you're playing against well-oiled machines like Keilor, to see how their team, more team-based than anything else, and specific player roles that we find after looking at that sort of data is critical. Yeah,
absolutely. It's very well from a coaching perspective. Trust me, it's gold.
It's huge. Yeah,
it's gold when you start to prep for teams and understanding who you are as the team as well.
Massive.
So another big shout out for the team at Premier Data. Who's the best player you've played with in your time? Over 250 games at Strathmore. Who's the best?
Jeez,
Give him a pump up.
I'm going to leave a few hurt here, but I think
you can have a few apologies if you like.
Mention, yeah. Oh God, I think Adam Yakabuchi's hard to go past.
Oh, yeah.
Just a machine. Unbelievable work ethic. I thought he was gone a long time ago, and then I think he had 30 in the grand final last year, and just his consistency. Obviously, an unbelievable person as well. But yeah, at Strathmore, God, the amount of ex-AFL, we got Trent Jumon and Sam Hayes at our list, who I think would both easily still be playing AFL right now if they really wanted it. And then you go back the days in Wince and Doos and Andy Horn, and we've had some uber talented footballers come through the doors.
Yeah.
But Yaka's, a 6-time BNF winner doesn't. It's pretty hard to go past. Pretty handy player.
Adam Yakabuchi, a great man too. What about the best player you've played on? A lot of talent goes through that competition. We talked about that before. Big full forwards, power forwards are often the ones that get signed first and on the big bucks, and you've got to look after them. Who's the best one? The one you struggle with the most?
Yeah, they are on the big bucks, and the defenders aren't. But look, I think it's hard to go past Dean Galea. He was, super player who I had, the task on playing on most times we played against him. A couple of times he definitely took me to the cleaners. I enjoyed it. He's a physical player. I think he's still kicking around now, which is, incredible. But, he just never really missed with a set shot, which is annoying as a defender. Like sometimes when they mark, you just kind of praying. But he was, he loved the contest and loved the physicality, which I enjoy that part of the game too. So I was definitely, I was wrapped when he left the EDFL for sure.
I'm sure there's plenty of people in your position
exactly
feeling very similarly when he took off to other pastures. What about nicknames? What's your nickname at the footy club?
Nickname, Pep, which doesn't really have.
Pep?
God, there's no good story behind it. It stemmed back from high school. It's nothing interesting, unfortunately, for everyone, which everyone sooks about. But Pep, and it's kind of stuck since I was 13 at high school, just because I got mistaken for a kid whose actual name was, I think it was a Mexican fellow whose actual name was Pep. So that's it. 20 years on and I'm still called Pep.
You're still Pep.
Yeah, it's not a good story.
Who's got the best nickname at the footy club?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where can we start?
Is he playing?
He goes all right for us. I think, I don't know. I think I like, I'm trying to think of him off the top of my head, but we used to have, obviously, Luke Jarrett, who was with us last year, was Flash, was a good one. He'd still run rings around people at 40. Little Daniel Mamalides is sniper, just purely because he picked someone off when he was about 18 in the seniors. So.
Did it once.
Yeah, did it once.
One goat scenario.
And it's stuck, and he's never looked like it since. So, the nicknames getting around. Probably most of them can't go on, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and I need to ask you about one of my former teammates at the Blues after his time at the Kangaroos, Digby Mighell, who was the oldest looking 21-year-old I've ever seen in my life. He was a coach at Strathmore. He would have coached you.
Yeah, Diggers kept me in the reserves for a long time, which is perfect.
He would have too. Nasty man, Diggers.
He was incredible for our footy club, as you know, just an unbelievable footy brain. A lot of respect for Diggers and what he did for Strathmore. He brought us a premiership. I was just, I think, 18 or 19 when he came on, and was playing reserves at the time, and definitely was nowhere near playing senior, so it wasn't anything Diggers could have done to get me near it. But he was huge for Strathmore. I think a lot of people still talk about the imprint that he left on a lot of our senior group. His AFL experience is hard to replicate. I mean, you can't replicate had that sort of experience.
Did you think he was 50 as well when he walked through the door? Because I
thought
did when he walked
60.
through the door at Carlton.
Nah, he was. I couldn't say a bad word about Diggers. He was, huge for Strathmore, mate. And like every premiership coach or every coach that's come through the doors, we're super grateful for what they've done for us, for sure.
So one game in, we're 1-0. Where's the next game? Who are we playing next up? We're going to buy this week, have we? Or
buy this week, and then we've got Doodles Stars at Doodles. I think I'm actually off to Noosa for a wedding, so I'll miss that one, unfortunately. So
this is the stage of life you're at.
Yeah,
this is where you live right now. You're in wedding mode.
I'm in wedding mode, mate. I'm more than happy to put the feet up. I might just try and keep tabs on the scores. Brocky can come in, and we should have a few guys coming back. Trent Jamont, Brock, Athan, who's been a part of the team of the year a few times, all missed Good Friday, so some experienced players to come back. So the squad should hopefully strengthen up a little bit. It's a great start, but we speak about it all the time. Never too high, never too low. I think we got spanked last year in Good Friday, ended up winning the grand final. So we're a long way out from the big stuff, that's for sure.
Would you expect to be a part of the big stuff, though? Is that what the hopes are this year?
Oh, I think as a footy club and on me personally, the expectation or the hope is, if we don't win the grand final, like I'll be disappointed, not playing footy I'm not still kicking on at 32 and putting the body through what I am to, come runners up. I want, more medals for our, however many seasons I've got left. So internally, I think that's, going back to back, we're not afraid to say, look, we want to do it.
Yep.
That's our expectation, and we wouldn't shy away from it. And I'm sure Keeler and Abbas and Paco and Marvy and all these teams and Dudas would all say similar things. I mean, not here to come runners up, that's for sure. Yeah,
and just for those that maybe want to be able to visualise, what jumpy do you wear? Strathmore,
we're the yellow with the blue slash. Pretty stock standard, nothing too special.
Just for those playing at home, want to visualise, if they don't know much about the Strathmore Footy Club, that's the jumper that they wear, yellow with the blue slash.
Correct.
Beautiful. And not only are you doing the footy stuff and hoping for grand final victories this year, but you're doing a bit of a charity run, I believe.
Yes, and I'm kicking off just raising money for Beyond Blue, which is a cause that's pretty close to obviously our football club and myself personally. Doing 4 kilometres every day for 100 days straight. I'm about 18 days in, and probably quickly realising I've slightly underestimated the magnitude of this. Just on the old legs, it catches up to you. But it's a serious cause, as you know. Unfortunately, our football club's been really struck by the devastation that comes from depression, obviously suicide. It's a cause that's really close to a lot of people within our four walls, and me personally, I'm extremely privileged to say that I've never experienced the symptoms and I guess the stuff that comes along with depression, and I'm grateful for that, but certainly been touched by the effects that are felt by people that do leave us. So our footy club's unfortunately it's been something that's been pretty prevalent. So the more awareness and money we can raise for an organisation that does a lot of good, the better. Yeah,
good on you, mate. That's a fantastic thing, and it is, as you say, it's far too common. And a lot of people feel the effects of it and don't quite understand it, but want to try and find out more and support it. And these are the ways that you can do it. I'm worried about doing the same routes every day, though. You're doing the same 4Ks, or are you changing it up a bit?
I'm changing it up. I'm trying to get a few people along for the ride. I'm trying to chuck the headphones in and I think it's been a little bit easier at the moment because the sun's out. I think the grind will come when it's 12 degrees and raining like it is today, and the legs don't feel like it. So I think I probably underestimated. Someone said to me, you're doing it for about a third of the year, and I think when they said that, I realised, I'm in this up to my eyeballs. So
Are you doing it by yourself, or is a couple of people doing it with you?
Just doing it by myself, mate. But I've been fortunate. The football club has been, and Enhance, I'll give a plug to Enhance Sports Physio. Those guys in the footy club have put together a plan where they're going to facilitate, me getting treatment every week out of their own pockets.
Awesome.
So huge by the club. It's something that, we raised $3,000 for charity on our season launch. New President Benny's been really big on this, and it's something that's we're really prioritising as a club. So I'll tick this off by myself. I'm sure I'll get a few soldiers along the way, but I think, as a club and as a wider, community, the more we can raise and the more awareness we can raise about this topic, the better, because it's prevalent not just within, football clubs, but in society in general. So it's a cause close to a lot of people's hearts, I'm sure.
No, you're doing doing a great thing, mate, and well done to you and all that are helping you through that journey as well. It's it's way too common. It's okay to not be okay. Talk to your mates, and that's why footy clubs are great for this sort of stuff. For
sure.
Connection and belonging, they can be really powerful in times like these for people that are really struggling. So you're doing a great thing, mate. Leading from the front as expected as the captain of the Strathmore Footy Club. Good luck for the season. Lovely to meet you, and all the best.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
Daniel Mighell with us from the Strathmore Footy Club. What a man! What a sexy specimen too, just by the way, for all the ladies out there watching. Whoa, you'll be replaying this one. See you next time on The Local.